But for the Cardinals now that Kyler's back, and if Kyler can play like he played on Sunday, you have an opportunity where you're going to have a top five pick. You're going to have the Texans pick, and there's a lot of holes there, but it looks like their team is on the come up here. Jonathan Gannon, aka
Murph.
Murr, aka not tonight's biggest loser. Looks like he wasn't as bad as we thought. Um, you have an opportunity to maybe keep Kyler and draft like a Marvin Harrison Jr. or go after one of the best defensive players in the draft, and then maybe get some wide receiver help in free agency to bolster that offense. The
Yeah.
problem with right now is that they don't really have any weapons. I like what I saw from Mac Wilson, the rookie wide receiver. He's played well. Trey McBride, he's looking like a decent hit. I think he's a rookie. He's been playing well for them. Their offensive line, their tackle that they drafted, Paris Johnson, he's been playing well. And then their defense has played a lot better than I expected. This is a team that nobody on their defense really stands out to me. So interesting here, but they have an opportunity with Kyler if they decide to keep him, which contract wise might be beneficial for him to get someone like Marvin Harrison, who looks like the next Jamar Chase in this draft, and then maybe go after somebody like one of the edge rushers that are there, get somebody on defense, because it looks like Jonathan Gannon, if he has the right tools around him, can build a decent defense for him. And you see a team like the Rams that seem to be crumbling down. And then the rest of that division, a lot of salary cap issues coming ahead outside of the Seahawks. So I think the Cardinals have a pretty interesting mix here. I wonder, do you think Kyler is going to move them down, continue to win some games, or maybe this is kind of a fluke? They're 2-8 now. I think they're currently the 4th overall pick. Do you see him winning like 3-4 games and kind of moving them more down to like the 10th pick?
He can win a few games. Like Kyler Murray, like at his best, he's still a all-pro caliber quarterback. It's just when teams are game planning for Kyler Murray to be his best, and it's in a must-win situation for the other team. But can he go out there, beat teams like the Falcons, beat teams like the Rams, beat teams that are in the lower tier, any team in the NFC South? Yeah, I think he can win them a couple games here and there. So maybe he moves them down a few picks, but you do have those top first round picks, and if you want to do a legitimate rebuild and then get his contract off the books, the best situation possible is Kyler resembles himself this year. You leave the phones open for Kyler Murray. Don't make a decision whether or not you want to move off from him this year, and then if you can trade him for like another first round pick, and then you have 3 first round picks where you can go quarterback, defensive player, and receiver, and then you have a lot more cap space because you don't have Kyler Murray's massive contract. Because I think with Kyler, can he win you a playoff game? I think so. But can you go a different route with a quarterback that can see over his offensive line and isn't going to be taking that punishment week in and week out? The problem with Kyler is he's too small to have 300-pound guys falling on him and landing on him every single game, and he hasn't really been able to finish a season before, so he has an injury history there. He has a massive contract. He has a little bit of Jay Cutler in him where you don't necessarily know how much he cares about football. So I think if the last half of the season is just an audition for Kyler Murray, and then you can get 2 more first round picks from him, it would make that rebuild a lot better. And then Jonathan Gannon isn't relying on Kyler Murray for his job per se.
Okay, because I see a team like the Bears. This is an opportunity for them where they're going to probably have 2 top 5 picks. If they, instead of maybe going after, let's say they have like the 3rd overall pick and Caleb Williams isn't there for them, or maybe Caleb Williams goes back to college, they go, okay, well, I can trade Kyler Murray. The Cardinals might have like the 3rd, 7th, and maybe 15th overall pick. They can get the Bears can get their quarterback. The Cardinals can get like a Drake May, I would Marvin Harrison.
I think Miami potentially, because do you actually want to pay Tua? And I think Kyler Murray is like, if Tua had mobility and arm strength, where Tua is definitely more cerebral than Kyler, but Tua has the same issue where they haven't been able to beat winning teams, where Kyler, they started 7-1 that one year, and I think he's a much better natural passer than Tua is. He has more arm strength. He has more mobility. Tua already has injury issues, so if you're a team that really wants to take that next jump, I think Kyler Murray in Miami would be a great fit, especially he's in a warmer climate. Those hits aren't going to hurt as much, and you've been getting the Bills and New England in Miami in the later games of the year where the NFL has been helping them out on the schedule front. So I think a team like Miami could definitely consider trading for Kyler Murray.
Hmm.
A team like the Minnesota Vikings, where you have Addison, Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, could definitely use him as well.
Yeah.